Hi, this is Nina from New Mom Starting from Scratch. I am making a turkey. I take my recipe inspiration from my popular chicken recipe. I started with a brine the night before. I used a cup of white wine at a Pinot Grigio, but you can use any white wine you want. I also used a cup of sea salt. I did heat up some water first and then dissolve the salt in the hot water. And then just covered the 9-pound, almost 10-pound turkey with cold water. The turkey got to room temperature. It took a couple hours so that it was warm. I placed my turkey in a roasting pan and I decided to use a parchment paper underneath because it will collect any of the liquids from the butter and the juices, and it won't burn if you place this parchment pan or parchment paper in the pan. It's a really great tip that I like. Now I'm going to be getting my turkey ready for my butter, and we're just going to place the finger through the turkey meat and the skin and try and loosen that up, and being careful not to tear the skin. And I go all over the turkey. It's kind of hard to show you when you're holding one hand with a camera, but I'm hoping you get the idea. You just run your finger through there and just gradually, gently remove. Next is to prepare the salt mixture that I rub on top of the skin. I use a flake salt. I bought this flake salt at Amazon. It comes in a pack of 4. It's pretty inexpensive and I really enjoy the quality of the salt. It gives a great texture to the skin. It adds a crispiness and you can tell it's pretty flat, flaky salt. Good size, quite crystallized. In the video, you only see me doing 1 tablespoon of salt, but I am going to use 2 tablespoons of salt plus 1 teaspoon of salt. You just don't see me doing the 2nd tablespoon. I'm also going to do a teaspoon of baking powder. Yes, baking powder. This will help with the browning of the meat or of the skin. And the next, you're going to add canola oil or grapeseed oil. You would like to have a high burning fatty oil. You could use olive oil, but I find that it burns when you cook on a high heat. Next, I just add enough oil to make this paste. I don't have an exact measurement. I started out with a 1/2 teaspoon of oil, and you just have to add a little bit at a time. It just really depends on the type of salt you're using. So you want to get that to be a nice paste. Next, I'm taking my herbed butter that I made earlier, and I do have that video on my YouTube channel. I added a little bit of oil because this is going to help the butter not burn. I'm placing it under the skin, and I'm just going to try and rub it as far as I can down the turkey. I also make sure and place it through the legs. Then I rub my salt mixture on the top. I don't rub my butter over the skin because I don't want it to burn. You certainly can rub the butter on top. However, I don't enjoy the chunks of garlic on top of my skin just because of the burning. So I just doing the salt mixture. Then I place onion and a lemon in the cavity of the turkey. Now, I don't want to overstuff the turkey. I actually only needed 1/2 of the onion. I think I had 2 onions there, but the cavity was pretty small, and I was having a little bit of a hard time getting that in there while I was recording. but just don't overstuff the turkey. Just get it in there. You might have an easier time than me, only because I'm holding a camera and it's a little tricky. Now that the turkey is all prepped, we're going to place it in a preheated oven at 415 to 425 degrees. It just depends on how hot your oven is. We'll leave that at 415 for 30 minutes and then turn the temperature down to 350. The calculation that I use to cook my turkey is 15 minutes per pound, because it's going to keep cooking after you take it out of the oven. Now, when you look at the turkey, you want to test the legs to make sure that they're loose and any liquid or juices that are coming out of the turkey are clear. I think this turkey was really pretty and it was quite crispy. Can't hear it though. A couple tips about the turkey. You can tuck the wings under the turkey. However, I like the crispy tips because we enjoy eating the crispy wings. So that's why they're not tucked. I also don't tie the drumsticks because I want all of the skin to get crispy. For a prettier display, you can tie with butcher string the legs together so they aren't so sprawled out like that. However, I do have a reason of why I don't do it, and that's because my little cupcake loves to eat the skin, and the more skin that I can get crispy, the better. Enjoy!